Hello everybody and welcome to the New Holland Canadian U21 Curling Championships. We are at the Suncor Community Leisure Centre at McDonald Island Park in Fort McMurray, Alberta. I am Tyler Spitzer and I'm here with Sean Turriff. And this morning we have a big game. We have Saskatchewan 1 against Saskatchewan 2. Two teams that know each other very well, Sean. And what is that going to mean for the game today?
Well, they're going to know how to play each other. That's the first thing. They're not going to want to give anything to their opponent because, you know, there's going to be this interprovincial rivalry. And then maybe more importantly, within the standings, one of these teams is unbeaten at this point, and the other team has 2 losses. So the unbeaten team is going to want to keep that streak alive so that hopefully they finish first in the pool. The other team, of course, is going to want to keep the bleeding at a minimum at 2 losses. So it should be a really competitive game.
It's going to be low score in this pass, 14-5.
This is Saskatchewan 2. This is their lead, Gavin Martins. This team plays out of the Martinsville Curling Club, which is about 20 kilometers north of Saskatoon.
Okay, leave it a guard then.
Yeah.
Leave it a guard.
3.
Good.
That's good shot.
So we see right away, they're not playing in the house here at all. Both teams throwing up guards, going right at each other right off the bat.
And Sean, this isn't something we've seen too often this week. We've seen very tentative starts from most teams, but as you say, these two teams are ready to mix it up right off the start.
And I think, to your point earlier, Tyler, there's a familiarity between the two, and they know how to play each other. So we'll sit here and kind of learn how to play each one of these teams through how they react to each other. But it looks very much like both teams have a need to kind of try and put pressure on the other one.
Go. Hard throw. Because on yours we can chase.
Just touch more, guys. 6 feet more here.
Saskatchewan 2 here, electing to go around the corner guard that they threw up, not taking the bait around the center. That just lends itself to that aggressive, want to go ahead and put pressure on, take points kind of style.
This game here has big playoff implications. Saskatchewan 2, as Sean mentioned, is undefeated. They're 6-0 and they are sitting tied for top spot in their pool. Saskatchewan 1, 4-2. They currently are in 3rd place in their pool. Top 3 teams in each pool will advance to the playoffs starting on Saturday. This is Saskatchewan's 2nd, Braden Heistad.
Line's good. Line's good.
Braden is a student at the University of Saskatchewan.
Always Carol.
20 years old.
Go Carol. Yeah, go Carol. Hard, dirty piece, hard. Whoa. Nose isn't awful. I just don't want to do that.
And this is the other Saskatchewan 2nd, Tyler Dirksen. And you will hear that name a lot today. His brother is the skip of this team. We talked about these teams knowing each other very well. They played 3 times at the Saskatchewan Provincial Playdowns recently. Saskatchewan won. Saskatchewan team number one, won all 3 of those games, 8-5, 8-5, and then in the final they won 8-2. But it is Saskatchewan 2 that is actually has the better record so far this week.
Okay. Needs to curl tight. Well, line's fine. Just let it sit. Let it sit. Well, just sit.
Some pretty precise throwing already. Saskatchewan 1, lining those center guards up really well.
And once again, we see Tyler Dirksen.
He's got to be careful here. He's not careful. He's going to jam onto his own. Got away with that one a little bit. I think maybe I would have taken the other turn on that one just to avoid that very possibility, but got away with it there. And hindsight's 50-50, 2020, 50-50. Foresight's 50-50. Hindsight's 20-20.
This is third, Michael Hom.
Line's good.
20-year-old student at the University of Saskatchewan as well.
Hey, higher's better. Oh, easy on the curl. Line's good. That's good. Curl a little. Yep, curl a little. That's good. Yep. Whoa. You're good. Whoa. Stop. Like this way? Yeah.
Just off nose here.
Relatively, I'm going to say it this way, relatively simple and so far, but not simple. Both teams not exactly taking a risk, but trying to get a little tiny advantage. It speaks to the fact that it looks like it's going to be a pretty tight game.
Same spot.
This is definitely the most action we have seen in the first end in terms of guards and rocks in the house through most of the broadcasts that we've done. And once again, Saskatchewan 1 will throw up a guard to try to protect their shot stone in the top 4.
Line's a little tight. Line's okay. Yeah, Carol. Hard, right over, hard, base center, hard, keep going. It's good. That's good, Mike.
One more appeal here.
Probably would have liked to maybe had that one over a touch more, but all the same, Saskatchewan 2 will peel it away.
Pretty close to the run on this one, whether they intended that or not. Oh, they're flirting with knocking that red one out. Boy, oh boy.
I think just a guard on this one.
That's a bit unfortunate there for the Dirksen team because that center guard is still up there. Yes, it's red, but it's an awful long run back.
And we've seen with the curl this week that high guards aren't quite as useful as maybe they normally would be.
Right. It's just so difficult to place them. The way I tend to explain it to your club player is in club, you really, when you're thinking about your guards, you really have to think about east-west. What I mean by that is across the sheet, side to side. You really have to think about where it's going east-west. You don't have to worry so much about north-south from hog line in. Here you have to worry about both. If it's not exactly in the right place, north, south, east, west, it's not going to be effective.
And this is the Saskatchewan 1 skip, Matthew Druitz. This team plays out of the Nutana Curling Club in Saskatoon. 20 minutes away from the other Saskatchewan team.
I think they were calling top 12 here. This one's a little bit deep, but I don't think that hurts them as long as it doesn't peek out too much. And I think it's right in behind the guard, so I think they're in good shape.
If you feel it's fine. I think we have to run, yeah. Just nose. Where's the intern? Here? Yeah. Sliver more.
The in here?
Yeah.
A good draw there does force the peel.
Your nose gets it probably.
Yeah.
There you got it. Make it good.
Right back.
And you will see Saskatchewan 2 skip Dylan Dirksen, the older brother to their second, Tyler Dirksen. He is a University of Saskatchewan student as well. Studying agriculture. Something very prominent in the province of Saskatchewan. He will peel that one away and open things up, at least for the time being.
Yeah, that guard was in a good spot. Going back to my east-west, north-south analogy, it was far enough north there that it made that run back that much harder. He had to be that much more precise on where he hit it to run it straight back.
Line's more important, kind of. No, a little on the right. We just got to guard that right one. He doesn't have anything really on the left. Okay, let's go.
Good comment there. What they're trying to do is guard the, he said the right one, so he's talking about this one. He wants to guard that one because there's really nothing on the other side. If they try and get that one that's top four, likely it jams.
Little tight.
This is Matthew Drewitz with his last shot here in the first end.
This one a little deeper than they wanted. I don't really think they wanted the biter there. Both of these teams, I'm quite confident, can throw enough weight that they would be able to blow those out. But Dirksen not taking the bait here. He's going to play the draw to the button.
So on his final stone of the first end here, Dylan Dirksen faces 2 yellow stones, and he's going to need full force. So right off the hop, Dylan Dirksen is going to need his draw weight.
Steer.
A little more.
15.5 in this spot.
A little more.
It's not curling up.
A little less.
Yeah. Hey, here you go, Don.
No right button.
15.5.
You hear them say 15.5. That is the time hog line to hog line that they feel they need to put this stone on the button.
Easy. Always Gavin's. Gavin's draw. Gavin's draw. Pretty close.
And with the final stone here in the first end, facing 2,
Oh, take a look.
Dylan Dirksen.
Take a look. Take a look. No, never.
Beautiful shot. He gets full 4 on the back, and that is good enough for 1 under a lot of pressure, and he comes through for his team. 1-0, Saskatchewan 2. We'll be back right after this.
When I think New Holland, the first word that would come to my mind, I would think success. I think without it, for me, the success isn't there.
Whenever you deal with somebody so long and they take care of you, you remember that.
New Holland builds products that will continue to evolve and make the farmer more efficient, that can produce food for the world.
Here's to those who ask how. Like Kevin, who asked Janine from Home Hardware how to build a place to work. Or not work. Or Siobhan, who took Josh's advice and created a front yard worthy of this TV commercial. Or Eric and Sasha, who asked Julie how to reimagine their backyard so they could be more outdoorsy. Complete your next project with helpful advice from thousands of store owners and team members across Canada. Home Hardware and Building Centers. Here's how.
Welcome back to the New Holland Canadian U21 Curling Championships. We're at the Suncor Community Leisure Centre in McDonald Island Park in Fort McMurray. I am Tyler Spitzer, and I am joined with a special guest in the second end. We are here with PEI Women's second Reed Hart. Reed, welcome.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
2, 3.
So, Reed, you have been here now for almost a week. I think you guys got here last Friday, maybe Saturday. How has your experience been at your very first U21 championships?
It's awesome. I mean, the atmosphere is everything. The fans are great, and even when you don't win, you go home happy because you're here, and it's all the experience that matters. And there's some really great teams here, and it's awesome to see.
Your team right now, Team PEI, you are 3-3. This afternoon, you have a big game against Ontario, 4-2. We've been talking in the broadcast about 3 losses is probably the maximum that you're going to get away with here.
Yeah.
So you have an opportunity this afternoon to bring a team that you're chasing back to the pack. Did you guys have a conversation about that last night at the hotel?
We did. We did think about it, and it would definitely be a great win to really try to solidify our spot in the playoffs. That would help us a lot because, like you said, if we do, we can't afford another loss if we want to make it to the playoffs. So it would definitely be nice to pull that off. I think that if we can control our weight has been a huge thing for us going from the club to here. And we are in the arena this afternoon, and there's some really great ice here. So we're hoping that we can control our draw weight, keep things above the tee line, and think it should go well.
And you see Saskatchewan's second, Tyler Dirksen. He will try to come around the center line guard. His brother Dylan, the skip, you saw him make a great draw on his last shot in the first end to get one.
It was a really great draw.
It's nicely done there, placed in the top 4.
Yeah.
So, Reed, you said this is your first time at the U21s. This is not the first time for the rest of your team.
No, they have. So this is the first time that I've joined Team Lenentine, and we were at the U18s in Ottawa this year. And then they have been to, counting this one, would be their 7th national.
So they're no strangers to big stages for your team.
No, definitely not.
Clean. Easy, clean, yeah. Hard.
This is Braden Heistad.
Hard. Hard to bounce off. Okay, no roll on the shooter. Whoa.
And Reed, one thing we've talked about a little bit was the difference between here in this facility, the curling club is just a stone's throw away. It's under the same roof where the arena is where we're playing, and teams are going back and forth. We have 5 sheets in the arena. We have 3 sheets that are being used in 8-sheet curling rink, but only 3 are being used for this competition. Teams have to go back and forth between each. There are some differences. What do you guys notice between the curling club ice and when you play over here in the arena?
The speed is similar. Last night we were at the club, and the speed was really good. It was probably close to 15, which is really good for a club. But one thing that we did notice is like the slants in the ice. There is a slant in the middle sheet in the club, and that's something that you'll get with curling club ice. But the arena has been really consistent. We've played on different sheets, and the ice has been the same every time, so it's really nice.
And this ice has been led by the head ice maker, Matt Yo, who's done a fantastic job all week, him and his team. Saskatchewan 1, Braden Heistad again here will
This would be a nice double.
try to play the double, you bet.
Hard curl, hard roll, hard roll.
Oh yeah, great shot.
Wonderful shot. And he gets the roll, and it is maybe partially covered on the outside there.
11.
And you will see Saskatchewan 2, Logan Sawicki. Logan, an 18-year-old. He's an apprentice with Town and Country Plumbing and Heating. He gets a hit and a
good shot.
little inside roll there to leave it about quarter buried.
Maybe,
Yeah. So Reed, when you're not curling here, and some days you play one game, other days you play two. Today is a one-game day. What are some things that you and your team get up to when you're not out on the ice?
We've actually been able to go do some things out in Fort McMurray. We've gone bowling. That was fun. We did go bowling with the men's Team PEI. And other than that, we've been to the Players Lounge quite a bit. They have lots of board games and Jenga and lots of cards. Everybody has cards, different types of card games. And so it's been really fun to just hang out with other teams and go see what there is in Fort McMurray too. We've also been here. We've came to Suncor to go swimming. That was really fun. The water slides are awesome.
So Reed alludes to the swimming, and under this community complex, there is a gigantic pool and water park. Pretty much every sport you can think of, multi-arenas, a library, restaurants, a huge gym, pretty much a golf course in the summer.
Yes. It's really
So no
nice.
shortage of things you can do.
No, you can do everything. It hits every notch.
See the sweepers backing off this one. That one will just slide to the back 8.
10.
And Saskatchewan 1/3. Michael Hom will make a play on that. Try to hit and stick around.
Clean, roll. Clean. Curl. Easy. Clean. Straight. Roll.
So a lot of these teams, Reed, you're probably, I'm going to guess, especially the teams out west, you're probably not that familiar with them. I don't know how often you would come across them on the junior Bonspiel circuit, but for some of the teams out east, you familiar with any of these girls from Newfoundland, Nova Scotia, etc.?
Yeah, so we're really familiar with the 2 Nova Scotia teams. And then New Brunswick, they actually, my team was at Canada Games. I wasn't, but the 3 other girls were. And it's the same teams that were there. So they saw them at Canada Games last year, and they've been at other nationals with them, but we have seen them around at other places too and whatnot.
Here's his first stone from Saskatchewan 2 skip, Dylan Dirksen.
If he can freeze to this, it might take away the blank.
And again, the sweepers have not really laid a brush to this one. That one needs to slow down, and it also needs to curl. And it will do neither. Out the back of the house. That is not something that's going to make Dylan Dirksen very happy, I don't think.
Maybe not.
And with Saskatchewan 1 having hammer here in this first end, they will now have an opportunity to set up a deuce.
Definitely.
So given that we are in northern Alberta, you are in Prince Edward Island, that is a bit of a trek to come across Canada to get here.
It is.
How did that go for you? Where did you go to make your way here?
It was a long travel day. We flew out at 5 a.m. In PEI time, and we were 5 a.m. and then we went to Toronto, and then we had a bit of a layover in Toronto, and then we went Toronto to Calgary, and then Calgary to Fort Mac. So it was a really long travel day, and with the time change, it made it even longer because we left PEI at 5 a.m. and we got into Fort Mac at like noon. So it was really, really long.
Saskatchewan skip, Saskatchewan 1, Matthew Druitz. as they're trying to drag this one, and they need to get this one into the house, and they just do. They leave it about half buried, and we see Dylan Dirksen now with his final stone here in the second end.
Let's see ever cheese, but
He's currently facing 2.
like this kid.
If you can get one buried in here, it might be tough for them to get it out if it's fully buried, since they have those 2 staggered ones up front.
They make a good year.
So he will try to draw around. He doesn't have a lot of choice. He could play the run back on the top if he wanted to essentially concede 2. He is choosing to put some pressure on here by trying to get this one buried, as you say. But he needs to make sure he does get this one buried, or he will leave a shot for 3.
Exactly. It looks a little up.
And you hear them say it's got a lot of weight.
I wonder if they can get to the back one if they're heavy.
This ice does have a lot of late finish.
It does. And you can really carry it with the sweeping.
So nicely done there, Dylan Dirksen. He momentarily lies shot rock, has that one fully buried. Just in the back 8.
Good force.
And you're going to see Saskatchewan 1, Matthew Druitt's just take a very similar path, come down to it, and as you said, that would be a great force, and that would be a win for Saskatchewan too, at least in terms of this end.
Definitely.
So Reed, with your game this afternoon against Ontario, meaning as much as it does, are you at all familiar with this Ontario team?
I met them, I think the rest of my team is more familiar, but I met them for the first time at U18s, and they actually got bronze at U18s. They played really well, and so it should be a really good game, and which is good because you want a good game. But yeah, they're really nice and awesome players, so it should be fun.
And Matthew Druitt's, just like Dylan Dirksen did in the first end, he follows it up by drawing the button in the second. Both skips have their draw weight. We are tied at 1 after the second, and we will be back after this.
Nutrien Ag Solutions. Everything you need to win the season and go full seed ahead.
This is it. It all comes down to this rock. The hours in the gym, the weeks away from my family. This is what I've been training for. And all those voices trying to tear me down, I'm here to silence them. We've given everything we have for a chance to get everything we want.
Welcome back. We're at the Suncor Community Leisure Centre at McDonald Island Park here in lovely Fort McMurray, Alberta, at the New Holland Canadian U21 Curling Championships. My name is Sean Turf. I am joined by the PEI skip, Ella Lenatine. Hello, Ella. How are you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. we're probably going to ask each other the same bunch of questions that that Tyler and Reed just talked to, but we're going to do it anyway. How's your week been so far? What's your impression?
It's been great. This venue's been awesome. The ice has been great. And we've had a really good week so far, so we're looking forward to the rest.
Good. And you're at 3-3, correct?
Yeah.
And you got a big game coming up this afternoon against Ontario, I believe?
Yeah.
In our feature match, we have Saskatchewan 1 against Saskatchewan 2. In that previous end, you saw Saskatchewan 1. Druitt's draw for his 1. You and I, Ella, were thinking maybe if he was so bold, he could have maybe thrown a hack waiter at that one in the back of the house, but he chose not to. What would you have done?
I mean, I think it would have been there. If he ended up crashing on the top, he probably would have rolled in and got a single anyway, but playing it safe was never a bad option. So.
Yeah, maybe early in the game, too. They don't want to take too much of a chance. And Tyler and I were saying at the beginning of the game that maybe these teams, well, not maybe, these teams will know each other very well, and they maybe, there's a lot of stuff going on out in the ice, I'm sure, that isn't going on in a normal game because they've played each other so much. So it'll be interesting to watch how they play each other.
Little tight. Hair tight. Yeah, line. Yeah. Tight. Hard line. Hard. Gotta go line. Hard. Hard, you got it. Hard, keep going. Whoa. No run. A little on that yellow.
I wouldn't say they're playing tentatively, but it looks very much like they're not taking a ton of chances. Is that the way you'd see it, Ella?
Yeah, it's been a pretty clean game so far.
If we can sit, right there.
Looks like they're just kind of probing around with each other, trying to find that one little in.
Yep. You gotta go to non-nose irons.
Saskatchewan 2, second, Tyler Dirksen playing a takeout. Oof. Got away with that one a little bit. Over curled on him. From up here, Ella, we've seen, if we're seeing misses, we're seeing over curls. We're almost never seeing something running straight and missing that way. What's your experience so far here with that?
Yeah, I mean, arena ice, it's always going to move a bit more. So it's something you really have to take account to, especially as a skip, just making sure you're giving enough ice because you always know that you can carve it over with the sweepers. So it's definitely something you have to pay attention to.
And for those of you at home, there's 5 sheets here in an arena, and about 50 meters down the hallway, there's a curling club that the players are also playing at, 3 sheets there. What's the big difference? Is there a big difference between ice conditions? What have you seen?
The speed's around the same, but just the thing with arena ice is there's a breaking point where in the curling club it's a gradual curl. So you have to really pay attention to that. Your sweepers kind of have to watch when it's going to go because the weight really comes off.
What's your preference, curling club or the arena?
I like throwing on the arena. I think I find it's easier to throw on.
We'll often say in the broadcast that the arena ice is, well, in my experience, this ice surface is as good as you're going to get anywhere in any conditions. The only, I guess, if there's a downside to that is it can be punishing if you're not precise, if you're not clean with your release, if you're not positive with your rotations, you're gonna get punished. The ice is gonna punish you. And I personally like that from a coaching point of view because it means you just got to be better. And I think ultimately, you know, it feels good when you win because you've earned it, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Back on the sheet in front of us, both teams still just kind of testing each other out. Saskatchewan one trying to come around that center-ish guard.
What do you like?
Peel.
Okay.
Yeah, then we have a corner, right?
There's a good peel there. Pretty wide open end, not a lot to hide around. We'll see now if Matthew decides to come around, and he's going to. Pushing the advantage a little bit here. Not a lot of risk, I don't think, Ella. He doesn't have last rock, but still.
Little tight. Little tight. Line's good. Line's good. Line's good. Carol. Hard underneath her. Hard right over. Hard for everything. Hard right over. Right over. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
That one gets mostly buried. I think he would have wanted to have been a little deeper, but that red rock's so close to the rings, the run's not terribly difficult.
Yeah, I mean, ideally, just both rolls, you get both to roll. Yeah. 10? Yeah.
What sheet are you playing your afternoon game on here, Ella?
We're on sheet A, so the end sheet.
So you're doing a little scouting at the moment, are you?
Yeah, keeping an eye out over there.
Yeah. Have you noticed? Have you been on the edge sheet yet this week?
We're on sheet E, but we haven't seen A yet.
Okay.
But they've all run pretty similar, so.
You didn't notice any effect with the. Sometimes, as you know, edge sheets have a little bit of a board effect or a wall effect. Yeah. Have you seen any of that this week?
No, we play on sheet E, it was great, so.
Stick around anyway.
Yeah. This one's starting really early. Sweepers are going to have a bit of a job holding it.
Oh, clean, yeah. Yeah.
But they did. We noticed earlier in the week, out to the extreme edges on this one, they start to straighten up a little bit. So even outside in, if you're really far out, and I mean edge 12 in, it runs a little straighter, a little longer. And then if you're throwing like that one towards the end edge, it curls early and then straightens up.
Yeah, that's what we found. We find we can really hold the line with sweepers, especially going inside out, which I feel like sometimes is not that common. They usually go. But yeah, it's held pretty well.
It's nice when you feel that the sweepers can have an actual impact. It's when some surfaces maybe where sweepers can't carve it or they can't hold it or. You're going to want to try and get this roll over to try and group these stones a little bit. And now Druitt's is going to try and do the exact opposite and spread them out across the house a little bit.
Yeah.
You can see in their frame there, the coaches are sitting beside the scoreboard. Ella, the coach interaction rules are relatively new, last couple of years. How do you feel about them? And then do you like them? Comments?
They're definitely helpful. I mean, as a skip, sometimes I need a little help, but I think they're great for U18 age. I think juniors might be pushing it a bit, but they are useful. So.
I can tell you the coaches like them because they feel like they're a little more involved in the game.
For sure.
And from a coaching philosophy point of view, it's more impactful to be able to give you feedback in the moment. So there's a fine line there. We don't, you know, as speaking from a coaching point of view, we don't want to mess with your head. We don't want to interrupt the flow of the game. But if there's feedback we can give at the moment, it's more beneficial to you than trying to do it 2 hours after the game's over.
For sure.
So not getting the roll there, just kind of sticking those two stones together. Dylan just trying to make the hit and stick here for his one. Looking pretty good. Saskatchewan 2 takes 1 to go up 2-1. We'll be right back with the fourth end.
When I think New Holland, the first word that would come to my mind, I would think success. I think without it, for me, the success isn't there.
Whenever you deal with somebody so long and they take care of you, you remember that.
New Holland builds products that will continue to evolve and make the farmer more efficient, that can produce food for the world.
Hey, Canada, come on into Montana's, where weekdays have turned into deal days. Why not check out our half-price wings every Monday, $5 tacos on Tuesdays, all-you-can-eat ribs Wednesdays, and drink deals every day, only at Montana's.
Welcome back, folks, to the Suncor Community Leisure Center at McDonald Island Park here in Fort McMurray, Alberta. I'm Sean Turoff. I am now joined, once again, by PEI Women's Second, Reed Hart. Hi, Reed.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming. So, I'm going to try and avoid all the questions that Tyler might have asked you previously, but not knowing what they were, I might duplicate some. How about this game in front of us right now? What are your impressions?
It's been really close. They're doing good at keeping them to force, and I feel like each team, they both want it really bad to beat their own province, especially for Saskatchewan 2 to beat Saskatchewan 1. I think that'd be really big for them. So yeah, they're coming out strong.
Yeah, Saskatchewan 2 is actually the unbeaten team. Saskatchewan 1, hopefully, I think, pretty sure I have that right. Saskatchewan 2 is the unbeaten team. They want to keep that going, obviously, I think.
Exactly.
So, yeah. was asking your skip Ella about ice conditions and such, and what are your impressions so far? How do you like the ice? And
I think the ice is great. It's been really consistent. Like it hasn't changed, which is really nice when you're playing on ice that you can predict game to game. Yeah, it's been really nice to play on. They've done it really well.
in terms of holding up over 10 ends, have you had any issues with that?
Definitely, I think you might have seen us fall apart a little bit closer to the end of the game against our game against Quebec yesterday. We had a good first 2 ends, and then a few shots got away from us, but they also played really well. They made some really good shots, and they're a good team. So it was really close. It definitely could have gone either way, which is good to have a close game. But yeah, just a few shots got away from us on that one.
Those games are good as long as you're at the top of it or at the end of it.
Yeah.
Here in our feature match, these teams still just feeling each other out. Nobody willing to take huge risks.
No, they're not getting too aggressive yet.
Yeah, I think it should be good. Should be okay. How's that weight in the first end or second end though? A little more? A touch, not much. Okay, I'll give you that release. I'll give you a haircut.
So this is a little bit bold. I can't see a whole lot of that red rock in behind that guard.
No, me neither.
I guess tolerance-wise, you could chip the guard and that would be okay.
It would give them a chance to put another one in the house. That's the only thing. But they also might be rolling out to the wings here.
No one's got to do a lot of work. We've talked a lot on the broadcast, Reed, about guards and the difficulty of placing guards on such swingy ice.
Yes.
Typically at a curling club, and I said this in the first end, typically in a curling club, it's the east-west that matters so much, so the side-to-side, and the depth doesn't matter nearly as much in a typical curling club. Mm-hmm. But here, you know, the depth matters
so much. Like with this ice, when you can get, if anything is above, like if it's a 1 just over the hog line, 2 feet over the hog line, it's almost not even in play depending where the rock is, because you can really carve the rock and get behind anything with this ice.
Line's good. Line's good. Line's good. Easy. Whoa, 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 whoa. 6.
And that one almost over finishes. And to your point, do you take on the hack waiter on this? Hit this and roll behind the corner?
I think you can. I think that would be a smart play, especially since you can move it, and it is above that New Holland sign. So I think they're calling back line, I think that should work good. Depending how they hit it, the red might not go fully out, but they should definitely get a roll behind that, which is what they want.
Whoa! Whoa! Curl!
Looks like a little bit more than back line what they wanted.
Hard, you got it. Hard. 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 Straight, straight, straight.
Great shot.
Really well done.
Really good.
I was worried there at the beginning. Both of us, I think, I agreed with you. I thought, oh, it's out there a little bit, but you really have to trust that it's going to move, right?
I know, and that's the thing when you don't want to jump it, but at the same time, you have to keep going because it will curl. It doesn't look like it will, but it definitely will curl. And that's where some rocks can get away from you if you leave it till last minute before you get on it. It will make a huge difference.
So I guess you're a front-end player, so I guess anticipating that break point, knowing where that is pretty critical out here.
It's very critical. And I'm also in the house. I hold the broom for Ella, so it's important for me to know where the break point is so that I can, when I'm calling line for her, to have the sweepers on. And with this ice, you have to trust your gut and just almost have them on it before you think that they should actually go on it.
And have you noticed? Have you noticed that break point is changing much as the game goes on, or does it stay relatively close to where it starts?
At the start of the week, it was curling a lot, and I think that was because with sharpened rocks and all that. Now it's coming off a little bit. We definitely noticed it in the club yesterday. The breaking point was we were in the middle sheet, and it was you had to be on it, or else you would have lost it. So yeah, it's good to have that though, so that you know it will curl and you can play around with the ice. Because when it's super straight, oh, nice double.
That's good.
When it's super straight, it's hard to really take things around. But when it does have a bit of a breaking point, it makes it a bit more. You can get aggressive when there's the breaking point.
Yeah, Elle and I talked about the fact that ice. Again, in my opinion, this is as good a surface as you're ever going to play on.
Oh yeah.
But the flip side of that is it's punishing if you're. It's pretty weight sensitive and it's pretty release sensitive. So if you don't have a good release and good weight on your shot, you might not make it.
Exactly. And that's also, even though we weren't practicing on arena ice coming up to it, we were at our curling club in Summerside, but we were practicing just getting that release and making sure you have those 5 rotations on it, because it's super important, especially when you have ice that curls like this.
That's a really good spot. It's close to jamming on orange, but you like our yellow?
That last run back there by Saskatchewan 1 almost caught that one at the top of the forefoot. Almost. Got the one at the back.
It did get in the back, yep.
But it does leave Saskatchewan 2 an opportunity here. They've guarded that up, so Steele could be in play.
Definitely. He's trying this angle raise basically on his
kind of a slash across.
Yeah. He can't really afford to peel his own out though. Okay.
Yeah, not ideal, because now he doesn't have something to run in there. And I think they're lined up. You can probably see a quarter of a rock there.
Yeah.
That may be generous, but...
Yeah, it is touching the center line, and their guard's not quite on center, so you can definitely see a tiny sliver of it, but not a lot to get. Might be able to get to a third of it.
And going back to our conversation with the guards, it's probably just deep enough to be an effective guard.
Yes, yeah, definitely. And I think that he wants to put that just a tight guard right around the New Holland sign would be perfect on center, because then you can't get to it.
So here's the aggressive player in me. Would you ever take on the freeze to the top of your own, Brett?
You definitely could. If you make it perfect, it's great. But if you were to ever leave it on the corner, it leaves a double, and you don't want that, especially because you don't have hammer. And they do have last rock. So if you ever left that corner freeze on your own, it could leave a double, and that might not be the best thing for them right now. A steal of 1 would be really good.
Perfect shot is just tucking a little bit behind. For sure. But anywhere in the lane.
Anywhere there.
Weight's still good.
Yep, weight's still really good. It's 16.
Yeah.
Over there.
Tyler saying 16, so let's see.
Looks a little bit up.
Line's good.
It will finish.
Line's good.
They really glide on the arena ice, which makes a difference too.
It's gotta sit. It's gotta sit. It's gotta sit. Sit. That's good. Sit.
Okay.
The finish on that thing was crazy.
It was. It finishes so hard. That's good though. You can't get to it at all now, so.
It's got to be fun playing on ice that curls like that.
Yeah, it is. Now, if he makes this draw, they might be able to get to it, since the guards kind of go on an angle away from where he's going, and the first one's very high. So if he makes this perfect, it'll be hard to tell if they can get to it.
Yeah, I'm thinking he really wants to get right in behind shot rock there if he can.
Yeah, definitely. Piece of the button would be perfect.
Pretty good eye. Little tight. Line's good. Yeah. Hard line. Hard.
And to your point earlier there, Reed, a little tight is probably when you need to jump it.
Definitely.
If they knew out of his hand it was a little tight, they probably were good to jump it there. Weight looks close.
Weight looks really good, but I do think that they're on the red.
Just a touch late there. Line ended up being okay.
Yep.
I don't think we know. I think we try and be this.
It is a usable rock, though. If they have to, they have that tap.
He's got nothing for two. If we guard that, that's a tough draw.
The way that the ice is curling, it is a very tough draw.
So, talking about maybe guarding this.
Yeah.
The issue of that, for me, is if they do guard this, I'm throwing this.
Show half is good.
Right.
So the Saskatchewan 2 here is in kind of a tricky situation. They can't guard everything.
Exactly.
And so they're kind of forced into saying, okay, what do I want to make him throw?
So it looks like he's playing that hit and roll under.
Taking it away by doing it instead.
11,
He's got to be careful where he rolls, though, because if he rolls too far, then there's the yellow tap. There's always going to be the yellow tap. It's just if he rolls too far, the yellow tap's a little easier because he's got backing.
Yeah. If he rolls right under, it'll be hard for Saskatchewan 1 to get one because the way that that guard is set up, it is right in front of that, and you can't throw much weight.
That's real good.
Yeah, there's a very, very small window there.
We'll see where this rolls to.
Always a good sign when there's a whoa, yes, whoa, yes, whoa, yes.
Yeah. I think they might be rolling a little bit too far.
He didn't get by that guard very much.
No. Okay, well, they'll have the tap or the draw. The draw's really tough, though.
Draw's tough because of that, because of that yellow guard that's in the way.
Yeah.
I think so.
And
I like it.
the way that the ice will curl, I don't know if he'll get by that top red in the 4-foot.
I think they agree with you. Looks like they're playing that tap. He just threw that line, so he has a good sense of where it'll run. And
just need to nudge it a little bit.
Yeah, he only needs maybe a foot.
Yeah. Yeah, not even full 4.
Couple feet more. But same weight's probably okay. Same's close. Pretty good ad. Line's good. Hair tight again. Line's good. Hair tight. Room. Curl.
Weight looks really nice.
Curl. Curl. Hard.
Really has to get over.
Hard.
Oh,
Things to steal a 1.
Deal of 1. So Saskatchewan 2 takes 1 there and a 3-1 lead. Stay tuned, folks. We'll be back for the, what are we in, 5th end already? Coming up soon.
Everything I've worked for, everything I've sacrificed has led to this. It's out of your hands now. All the gold medals in the world can't help you now. You could throw the perfect rock and still miss, but it just takes one. You leave it all out there on the ice to leave behind a legacy.
The sports landscape continues to change, and teams and facilities are under more pressure to provide online and in-venue entertainment. They need the right team to deliver their product. Look no further than IKS Live. We provide service across North America and produce the best fan experience across all platforms.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the New Holland Canadian U21 Curling Championships. We are at the Suncor Community Leisure Centre at McDonald Island Park in Fort McMurray Wood, Buffalo. I am Tyler Spitzer, and I am joined once again by the Prince Edward Island women's skip, Ella Lenentine. Ella, thank you for joining us again.
Thanks for having me.
So, Ella, you are no stranger to the U21 Championships. You were here, or at this event last year, up in Quebec, and you are here once again this year. What are some things that, having been here at this event already once, that has been a difference this year, did you know what to expect? Did you make any adjustments?
Yeah, I mean, we learned a lot last year. Just because this is a U21 event, we're playing a lot of older teams, so we definitely learned what we need to do to kind of hold our own against these older teams, and it's definitely helped us this year so far.
And when it comes to national level events, you are past the U21, like a lot of experience at the U21s, but you were also just at the U18s, if I'm not mistaken, in Ottawa.
Yeah.
And I think that went pretty well for you.
We had a decent week. We finished 2-5, I think, 3-5. We had a lot of close games, and it was our first national event as a team. We had a new player join us this year, so it was good practice and experience for this event.
So as it pertains to this event, you guys are 3-3 so far, and you have a big game this afternoon against Ontario, who's 4-2. That is who you're chasing to try to make the playoffs. How did you guys prepare? Did you guys discuss this last night at the hotel, of what you need to do to try to bring Ontario back to you?
Yeah, I mean, we just really need to focus in. I think that's been a bit of our issue this week. But we have lots of games under our belt now, so we know what we have to do. We know the ice, and we're confident going into this game.
And on this game here that we are watching, Saskatchewan 1, Saskatchewan 2. Saskatchewan 2 there in the last end, stole 1. When Matthew Druitt just came up a touch short on his tap. And there you see Tyler Dirksen. Already has one right on the button.
At least not yet. It's trying. 14-9. It's trying. Back here. Okay, well, let it curl. Curl. That's good.
So for Ella, not for Ella, for anybody listening at home, I mean, this event is pretty big it is the biggest event for juniors in Canada. For those that maybe are newer to the sport or looking to get to the next level, how did you get into the sport of curling to get to where you are today?
I started through my sister, actually. She started curling like right around when I was born, so I kind of grew up in a curling club, always following her around to spiels and such. And then I started in the junior program, and I found a team, and we've stuck together since then, and we've made it here.
And there is a family connection on this team, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. My dad, he's the coach.
Do you find when you have your dad as a coach, a calming influence to have someone that close to you in your corner for every game?
Yeah. Sometimes I think I get a little too comfortable. But no, it's good. We kind of figure out how to separate kind of being father and daughter from coach and player, so we've made it work.
We see that a few times here this week. You're certainly not the only player that has a parent-coach dynamic. And it is interesting to watch, especially on the coach interactions of how do players separate the fact that this is my parent and in this moment they are my coach and I need to or should listen to them and what they're telling me. Hard to keep those lines straight or get a little bit blurred?
We try our best. We try.
So Saskatchewan won here. Matthew Druitz from the Natana Curling Club in Saskatoon. A little bit of a bind here in the fifth end. As I mentioned earlier, these two teams are no strangers to each other, having played 3 times recently at Saskatchewan provincial playdowns, and pretty good shot there, getting both of them out of the button 4-foot area, at least creating some open space.
It's 15-5 here.
And Ella, you were at U21s last year, you're at U21s this year, and next year, 2025, this event is being held in your neck of the woods, Summerside. So I imagine there'll be extra incentive to try to get there once again.
Yeah, we get 2 teams for PEI next year, so it will be interesting. It will be nice to make it, just to play in front of a home crowd and everything. Yeah, it should be good.
And if your team is able to win their final 2 games, you have a big one, as we mentioned, against Ontario this afternoon. You have your final game tomorrow. If you can get to 5-3 and you make the playoffs potentially, you will get big stage, big games that will most likely benefit you in your quest to maybe have a really, really big event in 2025 on your own turf.
Line close. Hard line's good. Hard line's good. Hard. Gotta go hard.
This is Saskatchewan 1/3, Michael Hom.
Hard rated.
Really trying hard to bring this one around, and they look to have done so. They will sit shot rock, full 8, undercover.
Yeah. Distance? Yeah. I like this.
Ella, do you see yourself continuing to curl past once you're out of high school, college, university?
That's the plan right now. Yeah, depends where we all end up in schools, but we're planning to stick together for now. So.
We have a wonderful resource here, Sean Turf, who is doing this broadcast with me, who is a high-performance coach himself at the college level in Ontario. So we can probably do some talking with him and see if we can land you maybe a spot at his college. Maybe get you a scholarship before we're out of here this week. Michael Hom with his last stone here. As they attempt to come down to the Red Rock in the back 12. Really need to go on this one if they're going to get it back.
Keep going. Hard.
That one will come up just a touch light, and Saskatchewan 1 will continue to sit 1, maybe 2. And Dylan Dirksen is going to head down there and try to double these 2 off. Behind the scenes here, Ella, at this event, there's a lot going on. There's a lot in this complex. What are some of the things that you have been up to when you're not here curling?
Yeah, this complex has been awesome. There's a massive water park in it that we've gone to, and that was really fun. And we've used the gym, and yeah, it's been a great facility. It's been a lot of fun.
Dylan Dirksen with his first shot here in the 5th end, looking to get rid of 2 yellow stones. Wonderfully done there. Takes care of business, you bet. And that will leave SK2 sitting shot stone.
Top 4.
You hear him say, Ella, top 4. When you're curling on ice like this, that is quite swingy, especially at the arena. Does that make it easier for you or more difficult?
I mean, it's definitely something you have to get used to. I mean, we play on club ice a lot, so you really have to take into account how much it's going to curl on arena ice and how quick it's going to go. But once you get the hang of it, it's not too big of a problem.
Saskatchewan 1 wanted to come top 4, but they will instead bite the 8. They are shot stone at the moment, half behind cover. And Dylan Dirksen will head down to throw his last stone, looking to get this one buried.
Yeah.
It's 15-5.
Yeah.
Make her good. You're
Ella, have you found it at all difficult to play between the 2 venues here, the curling club and the arena, having to switch up between the 2 of them? Different ice makers have tried their best to make it as close as possible, but probably not completely the same.
No, yeah, I mean, you're never going to get club and arena ice to be exactly the same, but the speed has been pretty similar in both, so that's been great. But yeah, the arena just obviously curls a bit more, but
you see Dylan Dirksen there right out of his hand. He kind of put his hand up to his face. He knew that he was light on that one.
No, you're never playing that. You can just use your phone.
And he has opened up an opportunity here for Saskatchewan 1 to get right back into this game.
I think so. Yeah, 9.
They have 1 in the bag for sure.
looks like they're trying the short one.
9.
And as you say, they're going to try this run back on the corner here to score 3. We have seen that a lot this week, where maybe one team might have control of an end and all it takes is one miss and the momentum completely changes to the other team. A lot of back and forth. And if Matthew Druitt can make this shot here, that we will see that once again. And unfortunately, that does not curl enough, so it'll only be 1 stone. Ella, thank you so much for joining us, and best of luck in your game this afternoon against Ontario.
Thank you.
We'll be back after this.
When I think New Holland, the first word that would come to my mind, I would think success. I think without it, for me, the success isn't there.
Whenever you deal with somebody so long and they take care of you, you remember that.
New Holland builds products that will continue to evolve and make the farmer more efficient that can produce food for the world.
Ag Solutions. Everything you need to win the season and go full seat ahead.
Hey, Canada, come on into Montana's where weekdays have turned into deal days. Why not check out our half-price wings every Monday, $5 tacos on Tuesdays, all-you-can-eat ribs Wednesdays, and drink deals every day, only at Montana's.
Here's to those who ask how. Like Kevin, who asked Janine from Home Hardware how to build a place to work. Or not work. Or Siobhan, who took Josh's advice and created a front yard worthy of this TV commercial. Or Eric and Sasha, who asked Julie how to reimagine their backyard so they could be more outdoorsy. Complete your next project with helpful advice from thousands of store owners and team members across Canada. Home Hardware and Building Centers. Here's how.
Everything I've worked for, everything I've sacrificed, has led to this. It's out of your hands now. All the gold medals in the world can't help you now. You can throw the perfect rock and still miss, but it just takes one. You leave it all out there on the ice to leave behind a legacy.
We are back at the New Holland Canadian U21 Championships at the Suncor Community Leisure Centre in Fort McMurray, Alberta. I'm Tyler Spitzer, and I'm here with Sean Turriff. The Battle of Saskatchewan, and after 5 ends, it's Saskatchewan 2 leading Saskatchewan 1, 3-2. Sean, your thoughts on the first half of this game?
Both teams are playing cautiously aggressive, and I think that's kind of what I would have expected. Neither one of them want to give the advantage away early or give away a big advantage. That last end, Saskatchewan won. Took on a bit of a risk trying to run that rock back for a third point. And we talked off air a little bit about whether or not they should have done it or not. And that's, I think, in my mind, it's very much a personal tolerance for risk. You got to know, if I miss this shot, we're going to be down 3-2. If I make it, well, that's the other. And am I okay being down 3-2? And some people might not be, and some people might be. And so I think as long as they've had that discussion, they're okay with they made the right shot. Good game so far. Like, nobody's trying to. There's a lot of respect being shown between the two teams, I would say.
Sean, we see the game umpire coming out here with the measuring stick. Maybe explain to our viewers what's going on here.
Yeah, so according to curling rules these days, There is the 5, well, it's called the free guard zone rule. And so the first 5 rocks your opponent's rock cannot be removed from the free guard zone until after the 5th rock has been thrown. So it's important and essential to know whether or not a rock is in the free guard zone. Now, the free guard zone being the area in front of the tee line, in front of the tee line up to the hog line outside the rings. So if that rock's in the rings, it can be taken out. If it's not in the rings, it cannot be removed by the opponent. And so this is one of those weird instances where a measurement can be made just to determine whether or not that rock's on the rings and whether it's eligible to be removed. It looks very much like it was out, so it cannot be removed. And couple the fact that we're playing what we call the no-tick rule. If the opponent's rock is touching the center line in the free guard zone, it can't be moved off the center line position.
And we see Saskatchewan 2 here, trying to come around it and a little bit heavy.
All that might have been that heavy, deep. That all might have been a result of I know I can't touch that rock, and so I'm going to make sure I'm not going to touch that rock, and then might have overcompensated a little bit.
We would like to thank everybody who is tuning in today on this live stream. We have Sheet C. This is Sheet C. Beside us, we have Sheet D, which is also available for live stream. We are having some technical difficulties, and it is temporarily unavailable, but we are working hard to get that back for you. So if you are tuning into this game and you're hoping to tune into the other game, bear with us while we work this out.
This should be close. Line's good. Line's good. Whoa. Easy.
Still big.
We're close.
It's close.
Easy.
Still all there. 13.
15.
And once again, Saskatchewan 2 looks like they are going to be behind the tee line. Well, it'll stop just right on the button. Matthew Druitz will call for them to come right down to it.
16 probably. I think the fact that you're seeing everything up the middle here indicates that neither team wants to take a big risk. That first yellow rock was just off the rings, not a horribly threatening guard by any stretch. And then Saskatchewan 2 coming around. They just want to keep things tight and close. Both teams seem to want to.
Line's good. Line's good. Curl and go. Curl and go. All right, right in. A little bump's okay. Just curl. Curl, 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 curl. Curl.
So, Sean, you are here as a coach mentor this week. You are the head coach at Humber College in Ontario for the men's curling team, and you are the 2-time defending CCAA champion. So you are no stranger to high-performance curling events. When you get two teams like this from Saskatchewan that know each other well, what are you saying if you are the coach?
For me, the message is relatively easy. The message is you're not playing the team. You're playing rocks, you're playing ice, you're playing sheets. You can't look at who your opponent is because that doesn't actually matter. You've got to concentrate on those things that you can control, and you've got to be focused on making shots. Ultimately, what the other team does is well beyond your control, and who the other team is beyond your control. So there's no sense in thinking about it and no sense in putting that in your brain. It just muddies the waters.
And Saskatchewan, too, I think must have done a very good job of that because they lost 3 times to the Saskatchewan 1 team at the provincial playdowns, including 8-2 in the final. Yet here they are at 6-0 in this event. And right now up 1 with hammers. So they have clearly blocked all that out. They've done a good job so far.
Yeah, ultimately the rocks don't care who you are. The ice doesn't care who you are.
Yep.
You've just got to make them work for you. And the other team's going to do what the other team's going to do. Just play your game. Stick to it. Very easy to say, very difficult to actually put into practice.
The ideas are always the easy part, the execution always a difficult part, and that goes for any sport.
That's good. Place. Yeah.
See them will peel the guard away. And Saskatchewan 2 will continue to have shot rock right on the button. And what's Matthew Druitt's trying to do here?
I think he's just going to throw up another guard and try and preserve the situation as it is as much as possible.
Line's good. Yeah, over curling a touch. Just over. Just over. Curl.
There will come a time when he has to play that little cluster on the button, but there will be time for that.
I think just the one. Yeah. Whatever turn you like.
Again, you will see Dylan Dirksen try to peel that away. He gets rid of both of them there, Sean, and things look a little bit better now.
Yeah, that's actually pretty good. And I would say, you know, we've talked about this a lot, and so maybe folks at home are tired of hearing about it. But because that guard now is so high, it's kind of half not there, really. It doesn't come into play nearly as much as it would, say, in your club play. Getting that closer guard off really helps to open up that front.
Saskatchewan 1/3, Michael Hom. University of Saskatchewan, 20 years old.
Yeah, hard for weight. Line's good. Hard, gotta be deep.
He was also here at the 2023 Canadian U21s. Played second.
Hard. Line's good.
He's a former
Okay, that's good.
2022 Canadian U18 champion.
I think try to get both now.
It's like 7/8.
Ready on the roll, Hank? Yeah.
And again, Saskatchewan 2 will elect to peel this one away.
Saskatchewan 2 wants to generate their 2. They've really got to get that center cleared up a little bit because they have that issue of the rock on the top of the button.
Just back 4, I think. Back 4, back 8. But I just don't want to be heavy in bounds. No, I agree. Back 4, back 8.
For the last few ends, we were joined by the Prince Edward Island couple players on the girls team. They have a huge game this afternoon, so their coach summoned them away and said, we need to go and focus on the task at hand, priority number 1, which is winning this game in Ontario. So once again, we thank them for joining us, and we wish them well this afternoon in their game against Ontario.
Decent ad. Line's good. Easy. Line's good. Curl. Go, Jay. Hard. Back 4. Hard.
Attempting a little tap here.
Hard.
Got to be very careful that they don't tap and leave a double. But that's a pretty good shot.
Very nice indeed.
Weight was just right on that one. It didn't push the red one back enough to get shot, but now it's that much more difficult for Saskatchewan 2 to get rid of those. Generating their second point here is tough.
So a lot of Saskatchewan happening in this game. Saskatchewan 2. By Shotstone on the button. And they are going to try to add a layer of protection here.
And folks at home may be wondering why there's a Saskatchewan 1, why Saskatchewan 2, and why they have to play each other, and why can't they play in separate pools. And the way the model is now for junior curling, we're trying to get as many teams, as much exposure at a national level as possible. Hence, you get extra teams from certain provinces. Well, why does one province get more than the other? And it all depends on how they finish year to year to year. There's a running total. And depending on how many spots are available, because some member associations decide not to send teams, certain provinces, depending on how they finished, will get a second team. Why are they in the same pool? Well, what they do is they seed the teams, and then they literally create the pools based on the seedings. And with you don't look at necessarily what provinces there are. And so it just so happens Saskatchewan 1 and 2 are in the same pool because of the seeding.
And they are not the only province to be faced with that situation. Both Alberta men's teams are in the same pool. Both Alberta women's teams are in the same pool. So we are seeing these teams that are very, very familiar with each other having to play each other yet again here. And in Saskatchewan's case, and both Alberta men's and women's cases, all of those teams are in the playoff hunt, so they may end up playing in yet an even bigger, more meaningful game here in a day or so.
That's enough. That's enough for 11.
Just 11, though.
So I just hate to have a wreck on our yellow, so I want to play enough white.
And in Saskatchewan 1's case here, they're 4-2, Sask 2 is 6-0. So Sask 1, the higher ranked team here, is the one that is actually chasing Sask 2 in the standings. We've talked about 3 losses. Certainly you don't want any more than 3 losses, and even 3 could be iffy. So if Sask 2 can hold on to this, they may end up getting the last laugh in this battle of these two teams this season.
This is a bold shot. So Saskatchewan 1, Druitt's trying to come around with just enough weight to pop that red one off the button. There's been a couple of over curls here. It's really close. Does not need to hold his shooter. Oh, beautiful.
Great shot there. Wonderfully done.
I like it. Yep.
You couldn't see much of that. Hit what you can see, and that is exactly what he did.
This forces Saskatchewan 2 to make a decision. They could play that in-turn draw, but they need a big chunk of barely a button they can see. Or they could run this straight back, and again, we talked earlier about risk and reward. If he nails this run back, he could get 3.
Dylan Dirksen with his last shot here in the 6th end, trying the run back. Oh! Wow! Dylan Dirksen makes the double and scores 2. And we'll take a 5-2 lead after the 6th end. We will be back after a short break.
Ag Solutions. Everything you need to win the season and go full seat ahead.
welcome back to the New Holland Canadian U21 Curling Championships. Saskatchewan 1, Saskatchewan 2, and Sean, we just saw a great shot from Dylan Dirksen, Saskatchewan 2, to score 2 and take a 5-2 lead.
Yeah, and I think if you wondered how Dylan Dirksen is undefeated so far, I think he just kind of put an exclamation point on how and why right there. That was a heck of a shot. If he'd hit it just a little bit, slightly different angle, he could have gotten 3, but getting the 2 was really good.
Let it sit. Let it sit. That's good. Thanks.
And there was the shot that Dylan Dirksen made to score his 2.
25-30. Like if he hits it just, it's hard to criticize that. That was a great shot. Really good shot.
You see the expression on his face. He knew that was a great shot as well. And Saskatchewan 1, Team Matthew Druitt.
Really got a curl hard, right over. Move it.
Down 3, playing 7. Just change your strategy at all, Sean?
You got to start watching the scoreboard a little bit. You got to start counting ends and points now. You've got 4 ends. You've got a 3-point deficit if you're Saskatchewan 1, and you need to kind of make sure you get your 2 here. You're still in the realm of I get 2, give 1, get 2, then we're in good shape. But it's kind of important now. Saskatchewan 1 converts the hammer.
Whoa. Whoa. Close. Close.
In terms of chaining strategy, because that was your question that I didn't answer, maybe. I think they might need to be a touch more aggressive than they've been. Both teams have been cautious so far. So earlier in the week I talked about missing well. And I think for me that's a case of missing very well. Sure, Saskatchewan 2 didn't get the shot exactly that they wanted, but they pushed the corner guard away and they ended up with another one in the 4-foot. So they got something at least. They got a portion of what they wanted. We'll talk with our athletes about tolerance, and there's a number of ways to look at that, whether it's pro miss, amateur miss. It all boils down to getting something rather than nothing out of a shot. Maybe not everything, but at least something.
Saskatchewan 2 with a 5-2 lead. They are, I've said it a few times, 6-0. They are tied with Manitoba right now. Manitoba 1 in this pool. If they do manage to win this game and go to 7-0 tonight at 7 p.m., we will have a huge game. We will have the 2 7-0 teams if that comes to fruition, and I don't want to get ahead of myself here. But that is what is looming for them tonight, would be a first place showdown. But first they have to get ahead or take care of the task at hand, which is Saskatchewan 1. This is Tyler Dirksen.
Line's good. I really liked it. Yep.
Tyler is one of the younger players at this competition. He is only 15 years old. He's a grade 10 student at Hague High School.
Heavy. Line's good. Still got curl.
Certainly showing he belongs here with his shot making, though. He's been just stellar. And there's another great shot.
Great shot, you bet.
Good touch.
I don't think so. Are we just tapping it?
15 years old on a stage like this. He's got probably 5 more years left in him at this level. He is probably a name that we should put in the back of our minds, because we will most likely see that name at a higher level in the years to come if he's already doing this at 15.
Yeah, lots and lots of Tyler Dirksen to come, I think.
Little tight, yeah. Whoa. Well then, whoa.
Druitt's version of Saskatchewan here is attempting to manage the angles around the button, try and generate a 2-point end. So they'll try and bump this one out of the way and snuggle it up against those two at the back. Pretty good. Not ideal, but they have options.
So that will leave Team Dirksen shot stone on the button. With a couple yellows lurking in the background.
Yeah, I don't think you want to be really here, though. I think like basically right nose.
And Sean, he's asking for them to come right down to nose.
Yeah, it's a little bit tricky. He didn't like them. The front end there wanted it in the pocket. And he said he didn't want it there. He wanted it closer to the nose. Just looking at those angles, he's got to be really careful. Those yellow rocks are going to be pretty hard to remove unless he helps them out a little bit.
This one is curling a little too much.
And that works out pretty well.
Yeah, it did. And they were saying it's over curling, but the end result.
Ultimately, he wanted that red rock on top of his own. Whether he rubs off and gets there or whether he draws it cold, neither here nor there.
As of the moment, we have a lot going on in the house here in the 7th end.
Angle management's everything here. Won't necessarily see them throw a big blasting shot because you're just not sure where all those rocks are going to end up.
Really good.
Still lots of rocks to come, so they're still trying to position them in front of the opponent's stones.
The other options come here. Yeah, we're one.
And now Dylan Dirksen will call for his third. Logan Sawicki.
Tight. Keep it out there right now.
Dylan fairly confident that that red rock on the button isn't going anywhere, and I don't think I disagree with him. Just adding a layer of protection here by throwing up a guard. We've talked endlessly, though, about the difficulty of putting up a good guard. And that one just overcurls.
Yeah, again, you see the overcurl. We have seen it many, many, many times this week.
And that opens the door now for Druitt's to tap his own yellow one onto the red one on the button and possibly sit 3.
I was talking with Ella about this. The momentum swings at this level of curling are often extreme. You have control of an end, and then before you know it, you have lost control and given it to the other team.
Really throw any weight at it. My first thought was we put a little less weight and try and stick it here. It's just then this is sticking for second shot here. Yeah, that's fine. But even if you throw weight, is it ever going? Like, it looks like it's just... Probably not much, but it might still. I'm just saying, try getting here, try to stick your yellow here. See, like, you can't go hack. I'm just saying... your shooter's not going to stick here, though, because you need to hit, like, half at least. Yeah. Half or less.
These teams do have 2 coach interactions that they can use in the first 5 ends, and they have 2 that they use in the last 5 ends. And Sean, as a coach, is this one of the situations where you would like to get involved?
You can throw anything.
Not necessarily. I might. I think this is a case where I wouldn't want to inject if they didn't need me.
11 then. Try and stick this.
And as a coach, because I'm right on the ice, I can monitor what they're saying.
Yeah, that one should go easily. Yeah.
So I'm going to pay attention to whether or not I think they're going down a path I don't like. And as long as they're not, I'm probably not going to use that intervention. This is just a matter of managing angles. And they didn't talk about a number of shot angles. And they didn't talk about, they were thinking through the process fairly well. So there wasn't really a need for me to get in there. I think what they ended up on was coming down here. Have I even got the right color? Yeah. And even if you catch this high with a little weight. I think that one goes. This one may skip off onto this, sit here. This one could go here. That one could go away. We could have a pretty good shot here. A lot of options.
Michael Hahn with his final stone here in the 7th.
Looking pretty good.
Pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good. They created a bit of an angle. I think they might have thrown a little too much weight or a lot too little weight. I think they had to go one way or the other there. A little less weight, they would have created the pocket. They could have left the shooter there. A lot more weight, and they might have been able to push those two red ones right out. A bit of a tweener.
It's okay, because if you bounce, it's not moving. Yeah, right well, it's not bad. Ideally, just top button.
So on.
Top button, do you want to be frozen?
No, you don't need to be.
Okay.
But
Frozen's fine.
Frozen's okay.
If we freeze, can they freeze right on top?
Yeah.
That is Dylan and Tyler that you hear talking. They are
I don't know
brothers.
if we shot if we dead freeze. So, ideally, top button.
And Sean, they are saying they would like this on the top button.
Yeah, right there. Not.
Mine's good.
One thing they have to be mindful of is the other side, because if I'm Druids, I'm looking at coming in off my own.
Make sure we're here. Make sure we're here. Top button. Top button, boys. Good shot, Dylan.
And he puts that one on the top button.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
How much do you have extra, Jared?
If it's a little, if it's a little higher, it's not quite as good. If it's a little higher, then I'm coming down and hitting this, coming off the back of that one, and sitting, and I might be able to get this and even off my own to get that to go. I mean, there are lots that could happen, but being as deep as it is, that shot's not really there. If they come in off their own, they're really just going to push it sideways. They could push it out, but they're still going to leave that pocket.
We should be shot, right? The 5 should be our counting.
SK2 here already with a 3-point lead without Hammer, but continuing to put the pressure on SK1.
Do you think we could throw peel, or do we need to throw less? Okay, but we need to hit like a quarter of this. Or like even thinner, like as thin as possible.
You could throw 9 because the weight's not an issue. That should go if it's
10. I think if we could throw 10, I think there's the weight.
Sean, you hear them talking about if you can throw 9, throw 10. What are they referring to?
Yeah, they're referring to hog times, the time it takes the rock to travel between hogs. Teams are gravitating now more towards times than, you know, at the club we might hear normal or control or hack, or teams are gravitating now towards times because it's something that's objective. Hack is different. It's a different weight depending on the ice conditions and depending on where you're playing. But 9 is 9. 9 seconds is 9 seconds. I like the fact that they came to think about the quieter weight on this shot. This might serve them well.
Matthew Druitt with his first stone here in the 7th.
Oh, it's looking really close if he's off the guard. Oh.
Just doesn't get that one by.
He knew he had to hit that pretty thin, so he had to flirt with the guard a little bit, and maybe got a little too intimate with the guard. Didn't have a lot of room there.
This tap for 2 then.
He's both are gone.
Yeah. I think guard's the safest shot. Like if we can make that, that's really good, but I don't know if we do. I think we just guard.
And Sean here with Saskatchewan 2 getting ready to throw their last shot. Are you just trying to protect your one? And
yeah, I mean, I sound like a broken record. You got to be careful of the guards. Throwing a good guard prevents one shot versus the other. Let's see what.
Here's our first coach interaction, so we will listen in to what he has to say.
So, what's his shot for one right now? Has he got one?
Well, he's got this potentially for 2.
Yeah. For 2, okay.
This tap, I don't think he can get one.
And he can't bounce off of that yellow? If he hits this yellow hard, can it bounce up in for shot?
That it can, yeah.
That'd be for 1. That's it for 2.
You ever just come here and tap
Yeah, just come tap it right down to the button.
Because he can't play this, then it just dead sticks.
I don't mind that.
What's he do if you tap it?
If we just tap it to there and sit right there, if I'm late, I mean...
Then if you're here, this one's never moving anywhere.
Or if you're an inch heavy, it's not going to make any... It's going to be good too. Right?
Yeah, even if I'm here, no matter where I go, it's always jamming on something. So yeah, I like that.
Is it that turn or is it this turn? Do you like that turn to come in to tap it up? Or do you like this turn to come in?
I don't mind this turn.
I kind of like that turn.
If I'm here, then he doesn't even have that.
I like it.
Yeah, and if I'm late, that's good.
What are we doing here, Gav? What are we doing? Tap a little bit?
All right, so I think what they've landed on is coming down and tapping this back. And I love it. I thought that was a great interaction because the shot I was seeing was, versus if they do guard it, if they ended up guarding, I'm not even sure what they were guarding. They guard this or they would have to guard this side. This would be the one to guard because what I was seeing was yellow coming down here really hard, hitting this one, and then rolling it up. And that's what Coach Dean Kleider was warning them about. That was a very good coach interaction. He led them through that thought process really, really well.
Dylan Dirksen with his last stone in the 7th. And sweeping this one hard all the way to get by this guard. They do.
Oh my gosh, what a great sweep.
They just get by. Very well done, well managed. But did they tap that one too far?
Can you hit the low side of that?
I think they did. So close.
Oh.
And he might have rubbed that.
I think you want to hit it thicker and come off down.
There was no real estate between those two rocks.
If you could ever get it into this crotch.
I think Red is sitting shot stone.
Third?
Yeah, I think Red is. I think Red's shot. I do think
they're pretty close together. So
the Druids team has one.
Yeah, so
we talked about that coach interaction, and the viewers at home, they cannot see us, but I can see Sean, and I'm sitting here watching him draw this out on his pad, with his notes. The coach in him, when he's watching the coach's interaction, certainly comes out.
Yeah, you can't help it. can't help it. Map stuff out and think through things.
Once a coach, always a coach.
Yeah.
I think if you're on the guard, you're missing the shot,
So they tapped that a touch too far. It does give Saskatchewan 1 the opportunity to come in off their own and roll into the button area. But Coach Kleider's comment was, how do they get 2? And I don't see how they get 2 right now. So kind of mission accomplished if they can force them to 1. The bonus here is the steal. They don't really need to steal. They just need to ensure that they force Saskatchewan 1 to their single.
I think they would be very, very happy to give up the single.
He's going to have some heat.
Matthew Druitt with his last shot, last stone here in the 7th. Oh, he just needed to hit that one a little skinnier, and he won't. So that'll be a steal of 1 for Saskatchewan 2, and a 6-2 lead heading to the 8th. We'll be back after a quick break.
When I think New Holland, the first word that would come to my mind, I would think success. I think without it, for me, the success isn't there.
Whenever you deal with somebody so long and they take care of you, you remember that.
New Holland builds products that will continue to evolve and make the farmer more efficient that can produce food for the world.
Everything I've worked for, everything I've sacrificed, has led to this. It's out of your hands now. All the gold medals in the world can't help you now. You could throw the perfect rock and still miss, but it just takes one. You leave it all out there on the ice to leave behind a legacy.
Hey, Canada, come on into Montana's, where weekdays have turned into deal days. Why not check out our half-price wings every Monday, $5 tacos on Tuesdays, all-you-can-eat ribs Wednesdays, and drink deals every day, only at Montana's.
Welcome back to the New Holland Canadian U21 Championships, Fort McMurray, Alberta. I'm Tyler Spitzer. I'm here with Sean Turf. And in that seventh end, Saskatchewan 2 stole another point to take a 6-2 lead. And I just briefly want to come back to before Dylan Dirksen made his last shot there, which led to the steal, the coach interaction that took place. We have seen a couple times this week where coaches come out to have an interaction, and sometimes the skip has, I've seen it at least twice, where they have pushed back on their coach and they have not maybe agreed with them. This was a case where that team, where the coach, Dean Kleider, led them through that conversation very well. They bought into it fully. They listened, they went down, they executed it. It led to a steal. And that is, in your belief, how these coach interactions should work.
Yeah, every team's got to talk with their coach on how they want it to work, because they'll all have different preferences. But at the same time, that was just that was really well done. Like, Dean was direct, but he helped the team buy into the solution and the right shot, and without overanalyzing. It was just well done, top to bottom, both from the team's perspective and from the coach's perspective.
So Matthew Druitt's now is going to be forced to pull out all the stops if he is going to get back in this game. He's got 2 corners thrown up. Dylan Dirksen has come into the house on his first 2, and here's his brother Tyler Dirksen.
You can kind of feel the confidence from Saskatchewan 2 here. They're putting the brim down, expecting the rock to go exactly where they want it to, and for the most part, that's exactly where it's going. And not that Saskatchewan 1 is not as confident, but as the score starts to widen, it's a little touch of frustration creeping in. They're handling it well, but there's a touch and a little sense of urgency that Saskatchewan 2 doesn't have to worry about. So
yeah, you definitely see a little bit more swagger in Saskatchewan 2. This has been a little while coming, given they've been on the wrong end of these games against Saskatchewan 1 lately. But today they have been in control so far from start to finish.
And you talked, Tyler, earlier about momentum, and there's momentum within the games, and then there's sort of a bigger level momentum. And Saskatchewan 2 has been on a roll for the week, and so they would have brought that in. Just kind of a higher baseline of confidence, possibly.
Hard, Carl, hard on your roll. Hard.
Saskatchewan 1, of course, knows they can beat this team, so that confidence is there.
Did it 3 times at provincials?
Right.
The opportunity earlier this week to speak to Dylan and Tyler's father, who is here. We were talking about kind of what their expectations were when they showed up this week as the second team from Saskatchewan, and they were expecting to be in the hunt. I don't know if they were if they were, to be honest with you, if they were expecting to be undefeated at this point and be potentially in a first-place showdown tonight with Manitoba #1, but that is exactly what they will find themselves in with a win here to go to 7-0.
Young Mr. Tyler Dirksen, our 15-year-old phenom, making a great shot there. Great run back. Sticking the shooter in the center. Well done.
Yeah. You're pretty close to there on your last one. Well, we're not going to be able to. It's not really as much as yeah. So hair less or similar? Pretty similar. Okay.
The Saskatchewan 2 team, Dylan Dirksen, sorry, they have clinched a playoff spot at least. Even if they were to lose their 2 remaining games, they would still be in the playoffs.
Hard, right to it, hard. Hard for peace. Hard.
Sean, that one curled a lot.
It was a shockingly tough shot to execute the way they did. To miss the guard by that much and then miss the back shot by that much. Nothing there. Oof. And then nothing there. That it's tough to have missed both of them. That's a bit of unlucky karma there.
That is that late finish that we keep talking about on this arena ice.
I think so. Just firm.
And again, we've seen over and over again that if there's going to be a miss, it's going to be an overcurl. I don't think I've seen a straight up flash outside yet.
Logan Sawicki with his first of the third stones.
This is a scoreboard management shot. We're up 4. We do not need yellow rocks in play.
We definitely do not.
What do you like?
Especially yellow rocks you could hide behind.
Freeze.
Earlier this week, we were talking about make your opponents make the hard shots while you make the easy shots. And that is what Sask 2 is doing here.
Line's good. Easy lines. Wait's there. There you go. Line's a little tight. Whoa, never curl. Straight. It's going now. Go. Yeah. Right to it. Yeah. Hard. Keep it going. Curl. Maybe. And heavier. 15-4. 15? Yeah, that's what I got there.
Came a little bit light on that one.
Indication there that the ice might be changing a little bit. They said 15-4. Again, that's hog-to-hog time. It's pretty close to what it was for the last stone draw, and that one coming up a little bit late. Things may be tightening up a little bit. I'm expecting the 9th, 8th, and there'll be a little bit of fudge.
And Logan Sawicki will make that yellow go away.
Nicely done to hold the shooter. They don't really need to hold that shooter, and they want to be careful they don't create little guards that can be used or things that can be frozen up against, but that one's far enough away. It could come in as a bonus later.
Lots of room. Line's not bad. Wider top. Well, looks like it just needs to stop. It's always curl. Where are we? Line's pretty good. Line's good. Curl. Curl hard. Well, just trying to leave it on. That works.
Angle freeze that one.
Freezes are tough, especially with aggressive ice and aggressive rocks. And by aggressive rocks, I mean rocks that pop off each other as lively as these ones do. If that rock's not pretty much nose buried, or sorry, nose frozen, it's removable. And I think Saskatchewan too would be more than happy to rip this one right away. Lose the one at the back. That one's not necessarily really helping them.
That is exactly what Dylan Dirksen is going to try here. Get rid of the yellow. You don't care about your own red. Maybe you get an inside flop behind cover, but as you heard them say, nose is fine. Mission accomplished. Get rid of the yellow. They won't hold the shooter. I don't think they care either.
Nope, more than happy to remove everything there. The only quote-unquote problem rock now is that center one, but it's red. So Saskatchewan 2 is not terribly bothered. But there's going to be one in behind here. They can always run it back.
Like the 4.
Saskatchewan 1 does have an opportunity here, though, because it won't be a simple run back.
Not even full 12. Might have just had it.
And Matthew Druitz on his first is going to try and draw behind that center red guard.
Room. Always curl. Curl. You got it, Jay. Hard curl. Hard. You're never off. Hard.
Need this one to finish a little bit more if they're going to get it buried. And pretty good.
Very hard to bury something on the sheet. They're right in behind the guard, and that's not the issue. It's just the depth of the guard allows for Saskatchewan 2 to come in and just sit on top of it.
Just tap it an inch ideally. Against Cruz is good.
I think if I'm Saskatchewan 2, I'm not even concerned that I'm bumping it or frozen on it. As long as I'm in front of it, good enough. In front of it, even top button would make it incredibly hard for Saskatchewan 1 to remove without removing their own.
Go hot. Yep. Hard.
This one might be a bit narrow, though. Oh,
This one is very tight to the guard, and yeah, he's all over it.
They might have been playing that one a bit fine. Like I say, they really didn't need to be right exactly precisely on top of that yellow one.
And this now, Sean, will open up the door for Saskatchewan to get their deuce here. All they need to do is nose that red one. Actually, you can probably roll either way a little bit.
We kind of got a catcher there on the side. Yeah.
Matthew Druitz with his last shot here in the 8th, looking to get rid of this red and sit for 2. And that is exactly what he'll do. So Saskatchewan 2 gets their deuce here in 8. 6-4. Saskatchewan 2 leads Saskatchewan 1. We will be back after a quick break.
Here's to those who ask how. Like Kevin, who asked Janine from Home Hardware how to build a place to work. Or not work. Or Siobhan, who took Josh's advice and created a front yard worthy of this TV commercial. Or Eric and Sasha, who asked Julie how to reimagine their backyard so they could be more outdoorsy. Complete your next project with helpful advice from thousands of store owners and team members across Canada. Home Hardware and Building Centers. Here's how.
The sports landscape continues to change, and teams and facilities are under more pressure to provide online and in-venue entertainment. They need the right team to deliver their product. Look no further than IKS Live. We provide service across North America and produce the best fan experience across all platforms.
Welcome back to the New Holland Canadian U21 Championships. I'm Tyler Spitzer. I'm here with Sean Turriff. SK1 gets their deuce in the 8th end. They now trail 6-4 without Hammer. And Sean, what do they need to do here in the 9th if you're SK1 down 2?
SK1 needs to, I think they have to try and steal out here. I think even forcing SK2 to 1 is a 3-point deficit, and going into 10 is going to be pretty tough to overcome. Look at the scoreboard. There's only 2 deuces on the board. Suddenly you're going to be asked to get a 3. It's going to be too tough. So I think they're going to be going hard for a steal here, which means stuff in the center. And not ideal there, but they do have some junk in the middle, and that's not necessarily what Saskatchewan 2 would like to see.
Yeah, I was going to ask, if you're Dylan Dirksen here, you have a 2-point lead and you have Hammer, but the one thing you probably don't want is a bunch of stuff in the middle of the sheet.
Wait, really close. Right there. Line's good.
No, and their offensive tendencies are coming through here a little bit, coming around.
This one looks a little bit heavy.
Tight of your threes now.
Yeah, back 4 isn't where you wanted to go. Never.
It's about 6 feet smaller. Yeah.
I do expect those Saskatchewan 2 will just start ripping all manner of rocks in front of the house as soon as the free guard zone rule is no longer in effect.
Sean, I asked you this yesterday, but we probably have a bit of a different audience today. As a coach, is this something you talk about behind the scenes strategy for a situation like this late in the game, up 2 with Hammer, down 2 without Hammer, a kind of a blanket strategy of what you would do?
Yeah, for sure. We would have a playbook based exactly on what you just said, the score differential, Hammer, and what end you're in. You definitely have a playbook for the first few shots. After that, you can't map things out, but you want to approach it with an offensive, defensive tilt. And it may, as much as I said earlier, you don't play the opposing team. You kind of do. You do have to take in their tendencies. You have to take their tendencies into account. And so, especially with these 2 teams, they know each other so bloody well that they know, okay, if you can get them to do this, then maybe you'll get that out of them, that kind of thing. So that'll come into play too. Oh, good grief, that was really well done.
Excellent shot there. From Saskatchewan number 2, getting that yellow off the top button.
Double field was well thrown, and the pushing that one off the edge was just a little bit of icing on the cake. I don't think that was necessarily part of the plan, but welcome addition.
I'm gonna touch this. Mine's pretty good.
Lucky to be good and have to be good to be lucky.
For sure.
I thought we were good.
Talked about that with the PEI ladies when they were here, knowing that nobody's going to win out here without just a little bit of luck.
Okay, well, you're good.
It's a long week, so you certainly do need the odd break here or there. These teams play 8 round-robin games. There's 2 pools of 9 at the end of the round-robin. The top 3 in each pool advance to the playoffs. As we said, SK2 has clinched a playoff berth. SK1 is currently sitting 3rd. But a loss here is going to bring other teams into play, so they are really trying to avoid that 3rd loss.
Dylan Dirksen there wanted, you know, as a bonus maybe to try and get that yellow one out of the back of the 8-foot with the peel attempt, but they're happy with just a straight up peel as well.
I'm good.
Druitt's team here really needs to find a center guard. They do have that one to freeze to, but they're not going to do that early because it's just far too easy to peel that out, even if they're frozen.
Good. Try to kill it.
Guard goes up, and just as quickly as it's put up, Team Dirksen puts the broom down to get rid of it. Successfully executed. Teams are going to play a little bit of cat and mouse as SK1 will once again try to put that guard right back up.
Ultimately, what Matthew Druitz is hoping for is that he'll get a nose hit, or even just a slightly off nose hit, just something in the center there that he can hide behind. Like I said earlier, he does have that rock to freeze to, but it's tough to freeze and not have it removable.
And once again, Dylan Dirksen will ask Logan Sawicki to get rid of the yellow. And once again, Logan Sawicki will do just that.
This is a good way to miss. They're shaking their head a little bit and grumbling about not getting the one to run back, but you don't want to get too cute there. You don't want to stuff it and over curl and leave the center up there and then give them something to freeze to. You're far better off missing that way, popping off the center and leaving it wide open like that. It's good that they're demanding of themselves, but as long as they don't beat themselves up for not getting the bonus shot.
Same as our 3 last thing.
Managing your expectations.
Okay, it's still getting heavier. Okay. I mean, light's okay.
Yeah. I like it 10.
Matthew Druitz with his first shot. He's going to try to come down to this red one.
Line's good. Curl.
This one needs to finish. Just bounced off probably a bit too much.
I think just kill this.
And this will allow an opportunity for Saskatchewan too, as you heard him say, to kill it.
Yeah, I like that. Firm.
Some good front end input there from Tyler to suggest that just the nose does the job.
The odd time when little brother gets to tell big brother what he should do, and big brother listens.
They were looking at a couple of options, hitting the center line side of this yellow and peeling it away, or hitting the one on the edge and trying to come across, but they're pretty flat, so that would have been a pretty difficult shot. The nose hit's great. Nose hit puts them in front of the tee line. Can't really freeze to it for shot. Should give Saskatchewan too a chance to get their one.
Okay.
That works too.
Dylan Dirksen picks that one out.
roll to my side a little bit.
Matthew Druitt's here is going to want to hit and roll away, I assume, Sean?
Yeah. Looks like. I think I'd probably be taking the freeze on as well. Like, again, you're down 2. You really need to get a steal here. And I don't think giving Saskatchewan 2 an open hit for 1 is not too many places they can roll to. That one's so high.
Oh boy, he's not able to hold his shooter.
Yeah, I think in my opinion, I would have probably been trying to freeze there. I get that they were trying to roll in behind the cover, but if they do roll, they're going to be behind the tee line. Just leaves an open draw for Saskatchewan 2.
Yeah, getting 1's not bad either.
So Dylan Dirksen is going to attempt to blank this and take the hammer home with him in the 10th, but you hear him say getting 1 is not terrible either. Dylan Dirksen with his last shot here in the 9th end, looking to hit and roll out, and he does. Sask 2 will blank this end, and they will take a 6-4 lead in the hammer into the 10th end. We will be back after a very quick break.
When I think New Holland, the first word that would come to my mind, I would think success. I think without it, for me, the success isn't there.
Whenever you deal with somebody so long and they take care of you, you remember that.
New Holland builds products that will continue to evolve and make the farmer more efficient, that can produce food for the world.
This is it. It all comes down to this rock. The hours in the gym, the weeks away from my family. This is what I've been training for. And all those voices trying to tear me down, I'm here to silence them. We've given everything we have for a chance to get everything we want.
Welcome back to the New Holland Canadian U21 Championships at the Suncor Community Leisure Centre in McDonald Island Park in Fort McMurray, Alberta. I'm Tyler Spitzer. I'm here with Sean Turriff. 10th end action between the two Saskatchewan teams. And Saskatchewan 2 has a 6-4 lead. And they have hammer. They are 6-0. And if they can hang on to this game here, it will set up a first place showdown tonight with Manitoba #1, who is already 7-0. So you'd have two 7-0 teams who would play for top spot and a bye to the semifinals. That is what will be at stake tonight if Sask 2 can hold on to this. And Sean, Saskatchewan #1, needs to steal 2 here. Probably a tall order.
Pretty tall order. That was exactly what was going through my head. Saskatchewan 2 will not be looking to engage in that kind of shenanigans. They're going to keep as few rocks in play as they possibly can. First rock win in the house, relatively safe spot for it. Saskatchewan 1 then throwing up a couple of center guards. They need rocks in play. They need any color rock in play here to try and generate a steal of 2.
The implications for Saskatchewan 1, should they be unable to come back in this game, they are currently in third place in this pool. Top 3 will advance to the playoffs. They have a record of 4-2. A loss here today will put them at will give them a third loss. What that means is Nova Scotia and Newfoundland, they are both currently sitting at 3 losses as well. They happen to be playing on the sheet right beside us. And right now, it is Newfoundland that is leading 6-5, playing the 10th. So one of those teams will be tied with Saskatchewan for that final playoff spot if these scores hold up. And you also have BC 1, Team Fenton. They are at 4 losses. And they are currently leading New Brunswick 8-5. So basically for Saskatchewan 1, a loss here, and they are going to be in a bit of a logjam for that last playoff spot.
I think you're okay. You can curl. 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 Make sure. Okay, just over it. Nice shot.
But Team Druids has their 3 center line guards up. And Sean, if you're Dylan Dirksen, there you go, you would probably start ripping.
Yeah, I think the only decision is which guard, which handle, how hard. Looks like they're taking the top one. Good choice. Out turn. I might have taken the in turn on the other side to try and get 2 of them, but you know, your mileage may vary. And job completed there by Tyler. Relatively quickly, Saskatchewan 1 is going to have to start counting rocks because they need 2 to count. And they need to address the Saskatchewan 2 rock that's already in the top 4 foot.
Lines get hard. Hard. Hard over, hard. Hard, you got it. Hard. Hard. I think you got to go hard. Hard, you got it. Hard. Hard, boys. Hard. Hard, keep moving, keep moving going. Hard, hard.
Just get that one over.
I think the same thing. Can you get 2?
Sean, do you make a play for those 2 tight guards now?
I don't think you do. I don't think you mess around. I think you run that yellow one that they just threw back in towards those 2.
Because right now, if we kill this, he can make this and actually get inside. Right now, he can't really get inside these, so.
Good call. Good call.
Once again, Saskatchewan 2 will make that guard go away, and once again, Matthew Druids will call for it to go back up.
Yeah, Dylan's a little worried about the run there. And I had a coach I worked with years ago, and one thing she liked to say was you never ever make the opponent shot for them. So I think Dylan just being cognizant of the fact that there's a possibility if I go after those 2 yellow ones, I could jam it, and then there's a bunch out front, and oh my gosh, that steal of 2, which we said was impossible, suddenly is very possible.
Okay, that's pretty good.
With that one just a little tighter, there might, yeah, exactly.
I like that. I think so.
Now Dylan Dirksen looking at seeing if maybe he can get rid of a couple of them. Logan Sawicki. And he gets rid of both. 2 out of the 3 anyways.
That just shows how difficult it is to steal. Like that guard was relatively well placed by Saskatchewan 1, but it was maybe 2 feet deeper than the one they had just thrown. And 2 feet deeper means the double peel is now that much easier.
Little tight.
Well executed.
Hard line. Where are we? Hard. Hard. Not
They will
terrible.
rub off that center line guard and roll over.
I don't love this because I don't want it. Well, you can kill both. Yeah. I don't want to tap it in though, but no.
It's just a quarter. Just like a double.
Yeah, exactly.
Looking to get rid of both. Talking about not wanting to tap it in, although I think he's going to be throwing some heat here.
He'd almost have to miss it. I think, too.
I don't think that's much of a possibility.
Great shot. Yeah, and I don't think he'd be terribly concerned if he wiped his own out of the house as well. I mean, as long as the front stays wide open, there's nothing to hide behind. It's that one rock there, but again, they have hammer, so as long as the center's open, life's good for Saskatchewan too. And that's the challenge for Saskatchewan 1. They got to count rocks now. They need 2 to score.
Comes to out, turn and like overbury it a bit.
2 rocks left to play.
In the 5-rock rule era, this has been about as textbook as you can be from Saskatchewan 2 without having hammer to keep this as open as they have.
Well, if you come here, though, then they're just peeling.
They're going to have an open shot, guys.
Well, then we come here, then they just hit this, and then we're hitting that. I think our only chance to not have a wide open head is to here.
I think you come here and let him miss this.
Yeah, and then we make this. Okay, yeah, I like that. Yeah, right here.
There, with the end?
Yeah. Okay.
And Sean, what did they settle on there?
Looks very much like they're coming around.
Are we not just leaving him 2 shots at it doing this?
They don't have a lot of places to hide, to be honest. I might personally be tempted to try and come around my own yellow.
Freeze!
Matthew Druitt has to make both of his stones count here to keep this game going.
They're not going to have a ton of time. Just watching the clock, they're down to 1:35. It should be lots of time, but I think they played an audible here, and I think they're calling the freeze now.
Hold it out there.
Talked about how difficult it is to make the perfect freeze, but you're at the point where you've got to take the chance and try and make the shot.
And this one comes up quite a bit light, and you see the gloves come off, and that is going to be it. Handshake time. Saskatchewan 2 finally gets some revenge, and Saskatchewan 1, 6-4. Sean, it's been an absolute pleasure, and thank you everybody for joining us today. A huge game tonight. Sask 2 and Manitoba for first place. Thank you everybody for joining us at the New Holland Canadian U21 Championships.